It all started with one woman's desire to bring hope to those who seem to have lost it.
My name's Andrea DeMink, and I'm the founder and executive director of the PourHouse. We're an outreach and advocacy for people who are experiencing homelessness, and we don't focus as much on services as we do on building relationships and a sense of community. And we ask people, what's the next step that you want to take with your life, and how can we help you take that? When I officially started the PourHouse, it was about 5.5 years ago, but I had been in relationship with people living on the street for about 14 years. And so just sort of had done things on my own before I officially started the organization.
She says she knows from experience how this type of outreach can help.
I had a very brief period where I myself didn't have anywhere to live. I just had my car. So several years ago. I wouldn't say that I experienced homelessness as much as a lot of the people out here have, but I think that the real thing is I experienced hopelessness. And I think that that is really the bigger issue than homelessness. It's really hopelessness. It's when people lose vision for their life and really lose wanting and desiring more for their life than where they are and feeling that they can achieve that. And so I think that that really is what I experienced in my life and why I desire to help people to move out of that hopelessness and toward something more.
Andrea got the idea one day while working downtown.
I was just working in an office. I came out one day and I saw a man digging in a trash can for food. And so it just really struck me that here I was going out to choose what I wanted to eat for lunch, and his only choice was what somebody else had thrown into the trash. So I went over and introduced myself to him, and his name was Tom. And he and I actually stayed friends for 12 years until he passed away. And just started hanging out with him and realized, wow, this is a person just like me, you know, who had vision for his life, who had dreams, and unfortunately those were stolen by mental illness for him. But he was still just the funniest, most wonderful person, and that really was what started it for me. That's where I was, and that's where it was born.
She invites those experiencing homelessness to the steps of the Indiana War Memorial on Sundays and Wednesdays.
We have gatherings 2 evenings a week, and we call them community gatherings, and we serve a meal, coffee and water, and just spend a lot of time talking and hanging out, and we find out what people's goals are, and then during the week we just walk through life with them. Really just help them with whatever those needs are. We do court advocacy, healthcare advocacy, assist people with finding employment, spend time drinking coffee and just talking and laughing and living life together.
Chad Riddle, the PourHouse outreach advocate who formerly experienced homelessness, knows firsthand how Andrea changes lives.
It's awesome just to walk through life with her, you know what I mean? And being able to have her trust me. Again, here's this guy that was on the street that nobody might not trust, to where, I mean, she would put anything into my hands and trust me with it. I think just our friendship, you know, and how close that is, as well as just, you know, how she was used to speak life into me, and she continues to do that today to many others, and it's amazing.
And Lamar Tanksley, a regular at the gatherings, says this about Andrea.
If she knows someone that can help you solve one of your problems, she will call them personally and tell them, oh yeah, she did that for me.
Jeannie Rieger, the medical advocate for the program, talks about how Andrea and the PourHouse serve as role models for her.
She's been such an inspiration to me, and it's funny because how you realize that you're impacting these people, but she's impacted my life. But because I teach, and I teach in a community college, I've now shared her story with all of my students. It's just been so amazing to be a part of something that she started that has touched not just the people down here, but it's like touching other people's lives and wanting them to get involved in it and wanting them to help. She's very motivating.